Good evening, distinguished board members, district administration, and those in attendance today. My name is Jeremiah York. I'm a member of the LPS Equity Cadre, and my purpose is to be an advocate and a lifelong learner. Before we begin today, as we do with each of our monthly meetings, we acknowledge that we are living on the past, present, and future homelands of the Oda Missouri, Pawnee, Omaha, and Kansas peoples.
The Lincoln Public Schools District Scholar Equity Cadre is a diverse body of scholars from around the district who advise district leadership and provide perspective on policies and strategies that impact diversity and equity while performing the success among scholars of diversity. The Cadre's purpose is to continue progress, which we define as positive change that doesn't stop for anything. My name is Amna Salman, a senior at Lincoln Northeast High School and a first-year Cadre member. And my purpose is to elevate others by spreading my positivity. The Equity Cadre presents itself as a place to talk about equity with peers, but for me, it has evolved into the thing I felt I was missing. The Equity Cadre has empowered my peers and me to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and provides a brave space for my purpose, which those presenting here will now share with you.
My name is Lillian Biddle, and I'm a junior at Lincoln Southwest High School. This is my first year on the Cadre. My purpose is to educate others with my experiences while also learning from theirs.
My name is Jesus Soto. I am a senior at Lincoln Northeast High School. This is my second year on the Cadre, and my purpose is to be a beacon for those who look like me.
My name is Lafa Ahmed, and I'm a sophomore at Lincoln North Star. My purpose is to help others in any way that I can, and this is my second year on the Cadre.
I am Gabriel Bugay. I am a junior at Lincoln East, and my purpose is to be vocal, especially for those who can't be. And this is my third year with the Cadre. A year ago, we presented our annual address titled the District Scholar Equity Cadre State of Diversity Address. And tonight, we will do so again. This address comes a month earlier than last year's, and we'd say that that's some pretty progress. We thank the district for the continual opportunity to share our scholarly voices. Tonight, our time will highlight Cadre year reflection, takeaways, and actions towards DEI work. Driving our work this year and the years to follow are the questions: how are LPS scholars thinking, seeing, feeling, and hearing about diversity, equity, belonging, and inclusion in schools? And how are scholars being impacted by the current LPS school climate? These questions align the Cadre with the priorities associated with reinforcing the LPS stance of all meets all during public divide and providing innovative and transformative learning experiences, enabling all scholars and staff to advance inclusive excellence. You will know a list of our involvements, some of which we will profile throughout this presentation. Our three themes center around diversity, equity, and inclusion, consistent from prior years. First, building community and momentum. The connections we make with each other in the broader community can accelerate efforts towards equity. Second, how we are advancing equity within LPS, the actions we take to improve the educational experience for all, and finally, continued and future directional charge, the steps we in the community are taking in our future plans.
First up, we will be talking about building community and momentum. I'll start off with a quote: "Student voice is already there. It's not something we give, it's something we honor, and when we do when we listen." Monty Syrie, a teacher. Elevating scholar voices continues to be imperative to equitable efforts, and recognizing this, we've seized opportunities in and out of the district that align with the strategic action plan, building community and momentum towards equity. The district sought to engage citizens throughout the community further to help refresh and develop a strategic plan to chart the school district's course over the next 5 years. The Cadre organized a district-facilitated scholar voice input session on the strategic action plan. We hosted over 60 scholars and gathered critical feedback for the district. Feedback included a lack of inclusion in the plan's overall mission, which was limited to a focus on college. College represents an option, but the mission did not include the various pathways for those not attending college. We were grateful to see scholar voices valued by the district as they were reflected in change. The revised statement on the screen now says, The mission of Lincoln Public Schools is to prepare all students for successful careers, lifelong learning, and civic engagement. We initiated Equity Cadre office hours at elementary, middle, and high schools. These present an extended opportunity to hear and elevate LPS scholars and staff's voices, ideas, perspectives, and celebrations around diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, and accessibility. Cadre hours creates an inclusive environment to share, discuss, reflect, and learn various perspectives with peers. Participants suggested how to handle hard, better opportunities around diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. They included equipping students with the proper vocabulary and tools to handle diversity, equity, and inclusion opportunities and challenges. Changing the way you approach equity and inclusion through a shift in mindset, and how teachers should create a genuine and truthful connection with their students.
Next, we would like to talk about how we're advancing equity within LPS. Last year, we defined inward expansion as tapping into the potential of students who may not currently express interest in becoming educators, but possess the capability to do so. Today, we'd like to expand this definition to include all career pathways. Whatever a scholar wishes to be is what will help them become. To accomplish our goals, we engaged in the following. Cadre Storytime. Starting with Cadre Storytime for the third year, beginning in February, Cadre members, in partnership with Lincoln City Libraries, facilitated story times at select local branches in LPS preschool classes. These experiences included interactive experience books that showcased diversity and activities supported early literature by offering vocabulary development. Experiences with a wide variety of literature and participation in language-related activities. But maybe our most significant takeaway is what a hit bubbles are with the preschoolers. Storytime provides a tie to diverse literature. It connects the value of each and every scholar, not only in the pages of a book, but beyond the classroom in their future educator self. Additionally, we hosted 5 other Nebraska school districts earlier this month through the Greater Than One District Empowerment Inclusion Summit. Experience elevated scholar voices to create a collaborative culture of inclusion. Participants engaged in an environment that addressed racial, diversity, inclusion, and equity topics. Scholars and staff in turn took specific practices and actions to enhance the inclusiveness and equitability environment in their districts and communities.
Lastly, we'd like to talk about next steps and future charge. Continuing from the past, in the present, and into the future, we must elevate scholar voices. As Dr. Haynes, Assistant Superintendent of HR and District Operations at Westside Community Schools said, not only are we sharing unique perspectives and what makes us different, we're also getting down to what it is about us as all humans that makes us the same, that we're all connected in a way. Scholar perspectives are just as important as adult perspectives, as everyone, regardless of age, views things differently, and those who are impacted most need to be heard. In closing, we ask for the continuation and investment of the previously stated to promote all means all with intentionality and urgency. Suggested future charges for the Board of Education and district leadership. Continue elevating diverse and underrepresented voices through platforms like the Cadre, investments in positions, and representation in district areas that directly impact district policies, feedback, and strategic action plan implementation. Suggested future charges for certified and classified staff. We appreciate your time, investment, and showing up every day knowing that we aren't always easy. That being said, continue establishing expectations of relationships for every scholar that will personalize the educational experiences. This would include everyone should be able to find themselves within the district and not struggle to be seen or heard. How to handle hard items better around diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Lean in louder to diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Suggested future charge for our community members. Modeling actions of intentions of equity and decision-making spaces, such as boardrooms and government, demonstrates pillars of equity, civility, justice, and kindness. We'd be happy to present to you the entire night. However, we'd like to respect the time we were given. So we must invite you and the community to our Scholar State of Diversity address on May 1st from noon to 1 p.m. here in the boardroom, and May 10th from noon to 1 p.m. at the Food Bank of Lincoln, where we will engage in additional depth and dialogue on the items shared with action-oriented solutions. For more information on the Cadre or these dates, contact our advisor, Mr. Peter Ferguson. I raise up my voice, not so I can shout, but that so those without a voice can be heard. Malala Yousafzai. We welcome any questions or comments you may have.
Any questions or discussion? Mrs. Danig.
Thank you, Mr. Boswell. First, I can't think of a better night to have you here speaking with us than the night we're going to adopt the new strategic plan. Well, I shouldn't speak for my colleagues, but I'm pretty sure they support it. They worked a long time on it. But I'm thrilled to hear about the voices that you gathered, because it's really important when we do something, we hear from the people that we serve. And it's not just the adults, but the kids who work with it every day. And you guys are a great shining example of what the world's going to be in a few years. So I'm really proud of the work you're doing. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Ms. Mumgard.
Well, I just want to thank you all for your bravery as well, because we do not live in a time where saying DEI out loud is often greeted with a lot of warmth and confidence, even though it should be. So thank you very much for kind of showing adults how we might want to lead the way. And so I really applaud you and all of your folks that you stand with at the Cadre. Also, thank you for your bravery of presenting to us. We know that this little half you can be a little intimidating. It's not meant to be, but it can be. So thank you for stepping up to the microphone and telling us what we should hear. Thank you.
Dr. Rauner.
Yeah, one thing I was going to say is thank you for doing this. There's a community leader who talked to me a while back, and he said we've got too many problem identifiers and not enough problem solvers. And so thanks for being problem solvers. And if anybody wants to answer this question, why did you decide to step up? But you don't have to if you're nervous. It's okay.
So my name is Amna. I decided to step up because it's something I really believe in, and youth voice is very important. And I feel like Equity Cadre really gave me that platform to speak about what I believe in. And, I was kind of lost before Equity Cadre, to be honest. And, it just really helped me be able to put my voice out there and feel like I wasn't left behind.
Great, thanks.
Any further discussion? Thank you.
Thank you. And we also want to thank Mr. Bryant, Mr. Don, Ms. Claudia, and Ms. Benson for their continued efforts and support of the Cadre. Thank you again for your time.